Let's Go Virtual, written by Adesewa Greg-Ighodaro and read by Abimbola Olorode. Let's Go Virtual, a free guide on how the church community can leverage digital technology to retain relevance and sustain membership. For pastors, ministry leaders, unit heads, and church media teams. Brief introduction. Around August 2019, the Lord started to nudge my heart towards creating a new product for my media and consulting company, Pine Empress CC Limited. He said the product would be strictly to sensitize as well as use my expertise to acquaint and equip the African church with the digital space. At the time of this instruction, there were no threats to hosting physical church or Christian meetings. I felt it was just that we needed to help the church tell their stories and share their messages to the ends of the earth. We launched out and began training church media teams, and even went as far as partnering with Google in Nigeria to make this happen. Few months down the line, the coronavirus pandemic hits the world and every organization is forced to think virtual. The international organizations are settling into new expectations and guidance for day-to-day to life as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. However, I find it appalling that the African church and community in general is yet to create or consider a digital backup system and strategy to ensure the church functions if the situation lingers much longer. The truth is that life goes on to a very large extent. We cannot do nothing. We must continue to eat meals, wash laundry, play with our kids, run our households, read our Bibles, and live our lives. Everything must continue, but we must find out how it should run. This is why I put together this guide to help the pastors, ministry leaders, small group communities, as well as church media teams function in a much different space than they are used to, but still remain relevant and keep getting results. For example, if the disease inevitably spreads to our own communities, we must still find a way to arise and shine through the thick darkness. And even after the disease is long gone, the truth is that whatever measure you engage now will serve for now and future. The importance and benefit of this is that you would have gotten a hang of it should a similar situation occur. And in a case where there are no similar occurrences, the digital world always keeps you relevant before your audience and has a great influence on your growth and impact on the kingdom of God. My name is Adesewa Greg-Ighodaro. I am a church girl. Note that I didn't say I am a church goer. I have been involved with working in church, working for pastors. I have been in media teams of several Christian organizations. I work with church people. I married a church boy. If there's anyone who can take you through the journey of working in church or for church, it is me. I know all the bends and bows. I also know the rewards and results. I can tell which media strategy will work for what idea you have. I am glad you are reading this at this time, because once again, I get to teach you what I know and what will work. Now let's dig in. If you have to create or recreate a virtual church, there are a few things you must understand. You are no longer speaking to an audience you can see and determine response or feedback from their body cues. Hence, you must polish, present, and package your message accordingly. It is time to create digital content for a digital audience. Create digital content. Digital content are created from the traditional content you are used to. Instead of your regular meetings, you can now segment your meetings and create a schedule for them online. Also, the preacher now automatically also becomes the announcer. The different platforms available for content delivery include Instagram post, Insta story, YouTube live stream, YouTube story, Twitter trends. All single sessions should host for not more than 45 minutes to ensure you retain your audience. Lastly, ensure you have good internet. Audience psychology. Audiences are loyal to organizations that create a solution that relates to their culture, lifestyle, and beliefs. Audiences continue to display strong feelings towards the specific organization that frequently deliver content that speaks to their interest. This is to say that you must know that you are not sent to everyone online as much as you would desire to have a good number of them. How do you relate with your online audience? Keep them informed at all times. Online audience, especially in Africa, are mindful of internet data, so keep your sessions moderately short. Answer their questions and concerns as much as you can, or refer them to a certain blog to send in their questions to be answered at a later session. Never leave your online audience hanging. Be prepared for session comment interruption by naysayers. Either you determine to choose to ignore them or clearly call them out for their misconduct. Whatever you do, ensure that they do not succeed in disrupting your message delivery. Pray for your online audience. Many people online need comfort, and the internet only brings them closer to you. Meet their spiritual need. Make your audience feel valued through your use of language and non-verbal cues. On how to position your message. Since you are not having an in-person service, you do not need to live stream your message from an empty sanctuary. Build a studio and make it appealing to the site. Soundproofed with good aesthetics, carrying the church brand logo or name. If you can't afford to build a studio, ensure that the environment where you will be preaching from is not distracting and has a moderately comfortable look and feel aesthetic. Also, ensure you inform your house or team not to barge in on you or knock on the door. It's still church service. On how to position yourself. This is an opportunity to closely connect with followers and those who are connected to your ministry. Maximize it. On how to inspire worship. Inform your digital team to collate and share a public playlist of favorite worship songs. This will help your members still feel connected. On how to keep your small groups together and still running. Ensure the church groups have online groups where they can keep abreast members' welfare and keep normal activities running virtually. Also, these small groups can have their online session days. I'll later share tools that can be used to further enhance this. If your country permits small group meetings physically, you can also encourage that to also allow for ministry growth. On your media team volunteers. Your church media team will now be a full online volunteering team, and they must be equipped enough to ensure seamless online experience for you and for your audience. On money matters. You have to train the elderly members how to give online. As online services rise, it will become more difficult to ask for church donations and offerings. Begin to encourage online giving during your services and provide a seamless option on your website or provide direct links to make donations. On conducting altar calls. It is expected that in the time of national uncertainty and seeming gloom, people will come to the knowledge of Christ, and so your team must provide salvation testimonial links on your church website so the follow-up team can do their best. On ministry announcements. Maximize all your social platforms for announcements. Record or document your announcements and publish them on your YouTube channel and website. Send announcements to all church virtual groups and encourage them to share with their community. Create social designs for all announcements. Make your designs bold and clear. Share them as often as possible on your social pages. On other ministries sub-programs. Record or document services in sub-sessions. Make it as real and alive as it should be. Use good quality cameras and have good lighting. For live sessions, give ample time for program awareness. Your services may take a new dimension. It doesn't change the potency of the power of God. Do it anyway. Your seamless digital experience checklist. 1. Have you determined the online platform you use in engaging the different services your church used to hold? A. YouTube live stream. B. Instagram live session. C. Facebook Live. 2. The virtual world creates an opportunity for the church leaders to closely connect with those who are tuned into them. Create a digital content that meets that opportunity. A. Bible study Q&A sessions. B. Encouraging podcast clips. C. Conversations around pressing national issues. D. Prayer and fasting sessions. E. Special sessions by pastors' wives. 3. Are you planning to take attendance? Please do. A. New online members. B. Response to altar calls. C. Miracles and healings record. 4. Determine which announcement the ministry leader will make during the online worship session within the 45-minute session maximum. A. Next session to be hosted online. B. Online giving platform available and where members can go to make their donations. C. Mention that all other information will be posted on the ministry page. D. Encourage listeners and watchers to follow ministry pages and send feedback. 5. Note all other announcements to be made by media graphic designers. A. Next online sessions. B. Birthday clips. C. Record announcements and post them on the ministry YouTube channel and website. D. Make all sermons readily available on the ministry's channel. Digital tools and tips you can use for free. 1. For church workers group teaching sessions. A. WhatsApp holds 250 participants per group. B. Telegram hosts up to 200,000 participants to a group and can have different admins. 2. For devotional podcast or audio sessions. A. Mixler. B. SoundCloud. C. Anchor FM. 3. For video sessions. A. Facebook. B. Instagram. C. YouTube. 4. For internal administrative video meetings and church services. A. Zoom app. Bonus tip. How to monetize church virtual products. More than ever, as people have more time to sit still, there will be an increase in the thirst for believers to want to consume spiritual material. This is the time to position the messages which are relevant to the word in season. Position them to your audience. Provide links to purchase these materials for delivery. Materials in this category include books for ministry leaders, sermons on CDs up for sale, prayer, praise, affirmation postcards. Work with me. My name is Adesewa Greg-Ighodaro. I am a communication consultant by calling and by profession. My company, Pine Empress Creative Concepts Limited, decided to launch the corporate church service to help faith-based organizations gain maximum online exposure without tampering with Christian ethics, content, and conduct. With more than 8 years of industry engagement, I have expertise in content creation, concept development, client relations, strategy and analysis, project management, and business administration. As a proven communication consulting firm, the corporate church always seeks to provide valuable, workable, and efficient media marketing communication elements that grow individual brands and corporate organizations. I believe that the Lord is calling on the church to equip itself during this time for a greater good. The original purpose of God for the internet and digital media space was actually for the propagation of the gospel of Christ. We didn't need a coronavirus to remind us. What I see happening everywhere is just God turning our attention around to this. If you would like to equip your team, do feel free to contact me, as all our training sessions are now being discounted. Our session models include 1. Media and the Gospel, engaging God's intent for the digital space. 2. Visual media presentation. 3. Social media planning workshop. 4. Digital media comms and tech for pastors' wives and their digital assistants. We also have social media designs packages you can subscribe to on a monthly basis. Email corporatechurchconference@gmail.com.